Hello, hello. It's Amy from Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. I am so excited to have another special guest with you. This was one of our wild card picks for this event. You guys know I like to bring on at least two new artists as we do these events to get everybody involved. And I'm so excited to have this particular artist. She is absolutely phenomenal, has an incredible background that she's going to share with you this evening, has a beautiful, beautiful accent that I could listen to for hours. I absolutely love it. And I adore her. She's a lovely, lovely person. I hope you guys will make her feel very welcome. Please share this live stream. We're going to get some information from her on where you can follow her. But share the live stream for tonight, and let's put this in front of as many people that work in mixed platforms as possible, because she is very proficient in sugar work, cakes, and cookies. Fabiola, I cannot see your name tonight. All right, now let me say one other thing, you guys, before I take the screen away and you can meet Miss Rozanne in person. The reason the countdown video is not playing with the Christmas collaboration yet is because it was not scheduled to be finished until December 1st. And we had so many artists that wanted to participate, but we needed to be able to take Sundays off because the event grew so large that the video itself will not release until the 1st. I had a few messages today, and I just want you to know we will have the video that will have the collaboration pieces from all of the Cookie Snack Attackers, as well as the pieces from the artists that participating in the Christmas celebration event, but it will not start until the 1st of December. And I wish that there were 36 hours in a day so that I could do all of the things that I need to do these days, but there just aren't. And so I can't sacrifice one thing for another. And right now we're in the middle of a beautiful advanced class where we're making a sweet shop storefront along with some character cookies. And it is a multi-day process. So we will have that taken care of for you. That will be releasing on the 1st. And without further ado, please welcome my friend, Rozanne Sehayik. And she is here with us right now. Rozanne, I'm really trying to get this off here. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Good evening, Amy, and good evening to all our viewers.
Welcome. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I was just so excited that you were willing to do this event tonight. I feel like Jessie Ann and I just kind of banter when we're on together, so it's really easy. And when she said that you wanted to participate and that she was going to help out, I was like, she's fine. Now she'll be in every event after this. It's going to be wonderful.
Thank you. It's quite exciting, I have to tell you.
Well, Miss Rozanne, would you please tell them where this lovely accent hails from?
I was born and raised in Johannesburg, South Africa, and I've been residing in the United States for the past 40 years.
And didn't you just tell me that you just recently celebrated a very big wedding anniversary?
I did, my 40th wedding anniversary.
That is so wonderful. It seems like in our group, we have a substantial amount of people that have made long-term wedding anniversaries. So I think that is a lot about commitment and dedication. And in our group, we have tons of that, and I think it speaks well to us. You told me something interesting as well, that you are a certified Wilton instructor. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that tonight?
Sure, I am a certified Wilton instructor, and I stand behind the Wilton product. I find their training is excellent. Their product is excellent. Their educational books are wonderful. And I thoroughly enjoyed teaching the method, whether it was in gum paste or in buttercream icing or royal icing.
That is really nice. And I have put a bee in her bonnet about the spring event. And I'm hoping that she's going to consider how to make that work. And Rozanne, I don't know, you can see the comments on your side, right? I'm trying to put them all up on the screen for you. Everyone is just saying hello and welcoming you. They're so excited you're going to share your talent with us this evening.
Thank you so much, everyone.
And didn't you also tell me that you had a very unique entrance into pastries in general?
I absolutely did. My first job in the United States, I worked at Mar-a-Lago and worked with a pastry chef, and was just so fascinated by what he could do and what I saw. And that led me to go to culinary school, Florida Culinary Institute. And there I got a diploma as a pastry chef. And over the years, just going up to conventions and, basically teaching myself and learning and attending all these different classes available everywhere throughout the country, Chicago School of Chocolate. It just depends, yes.
That School of Chocolate that you just mentioned, I always wonder why all of you don't come away from those schools weighing 500 pounds. How is that possible? Because you certainly have to sample the work, don't you?
Well, we do sample the work, but actually the work is left behind because they're big items and they remelt the chocolate.
Oh, okay.
So
like the big 2 and 3 and 4 foot tall sculptures.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Exactly.
Well, I do understand that teaching is your passion. So if you are feeling good and you are ready to go, first tell us if there are any social media sites that you would like to follow, that you would like for us to follow you on. And then we're going to turn this over to you and let you adjust your camera, and I'll just feed you questions.
Well, I do have an Instagram called Cakes Junie, CakesJoonie.
Is that something that Jessie Ann might drop in for us in the comments, and that way I can make it part of the video?
I'm sure Jessie Ann can do that.
All right.
I am on Facebook.
Okay. And on Facebook, are you on as Rozanne's Pastries?
No, I'm on as Rozanne Sehayik.
Okay, fantastic. And may they send you messages if they have questions regarding tonight, or would you prefer they be in the comments on the video?
No, they can send me any questions they may have. I'll be only too happy to answer them.
Okay, wonderful. And I want to say thank you again for being willing to participate and rolling forward some more joy within the cookie and cake and sugar community. We appreciate you so much and your willingness to do this. So if you'll take a moment, if Jessie Ann will take care of those links for you, I'll post them as they come up. And if you will take a moment to adjust your camera, unless there's something else you'd like to tell us, we'll go ahead and get started tonight.
I'm ready to roll.
All right.
I just want to wish you all a happy holiday season. And Amy, only the best for your mom.
Thank you. Thank you. We're working with her, so her body's a little stronger.
All right. So I am going to show you first and foremost the project that we're going to be doing this evening. And it is a Santa's boot.
So cute.
And it is a wonderful little ornament to adorn your Christmas table, put in front of everybody's placemat or setting, and something for the children and the adults to take home with lovely candy canes inside, as well as chocolates.
Well, I'm not going to ruin any surprises, and I wanted to be surprised, so I haven't asked you what that's made of. I've been dying to see your tutorial ever since you sent your picture in.
Right, so I'm about to start, and I'm going to bring my camera down.
It looks wonderful. We've got a great view.
Is that good?
That's perfect. I can see all of your Silpat mats and your semi-cakes mat.
Wonderful. So without further ado, I just want to mention some of the products that I use in order to create this lovely Santa boot. First and foremost, I use an ice cream cone. And what I'm using here is Publix original ice cream cones.
I love Publix When I lived in Florida, I was a daily visitor.
All right. Now, in order to make the boot, I am using a chocolate bar. These chocolates, a Mars bar and a Coffee Crisp bar, they can both be purchased in the international aisle of public supermarket.
How did you know that those Coffee Crisp are some of my favorite things on the planet?
Mine too. I love it. I love it. It's a delicious chocolate bar. And the reason I like to use this chocolate bar is because you need a chocolate bar 1 inch wide, which both of them are, and you need a chocolate bar at least 2 inches long.
Okay.
And either one will work. The Mars bar has got a little bit more caramel, so it's a little bit softer to work with. The Coffee Crisp is slightly harder, but as easy, so long as you keep it 2 inches.
Okay.
All right.
Debbie should be watching this. My friend Debbie Simmel, she is in love with those and buys them in bulk. And Shayna, I completely agree with you. I miss Publix so much.
Wonderful. These are some lovely items we put inside the boot. This is a candy cane spoon. We also have our lovely candy canes that are used in different colors. And also from Publix, we have some lovely Christmas elves chocolates from Publix.
So
a lot of the things are from Publix. From Walmart, you can find some coal. You can also find little chocolates that look like Christmas wrappings. And last but not least, I like to use a little bit of miniature marshmallows. The reason being is when you fill your boot, if you want to add a little bit of lift, you can just put a few marshmallows at the bottom to give you a little bit more lift and more of a three-dimensional look, a little bit of height.
Oh, I just love this. I'm so excited to see how this comes together. You guys, let me know in the comments. Let's let Rozanne know if you've ever seen this constructed like this before.
All right, so again, the first thing we're going to start with is our cone. And I want you to take note of the inside of the cone. If I hold the cone this way, we see two, what I like to call them, rooms going across. Two in the back, two in the middle, and two in the front. If I turn the cone this way, we have 3 in the back and 3 in the front.
Okay.
So it's important to work with a cone with 2 in the back and 2 in the front.
Okay.
And you will notice this here is the front of the cone with this wall over here. So I want you to identify this front wall of the cone. And I'm going to be using this wonderful Credo knife, which is sold by wonderful people at Icing Images.
The pen blades are wonderful.
They are wonderful. They come in different colors. Each color denotes a different blade, but for this project, the yellow one is perfect.
Okay.
What we're going to do is you are going to line up the center of the cone. You can see it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, let me just explain one other thing to you on the cone, ladies. This here is the center of my cone based on that center line.
Okay.
And there are 3 little panels, 1, 2, 3 on the side of that center line, and another 3 on the side of that center line.
Wonderful.
That's how big we have to make the opening.
Okay.
So what we're going to start doing is I'm going to I'm going to put this in the middle of that center line with my knife and cut down all the way to the bottom. And then I'm going to go to the end of this third panel and cut down all the way to the bottom panel. And then with my knife, carefully, I'm going to go through to that panel again and again, right on the top. Can everybody see?
Yes, we can see great, and it's very clear. Your sound is also very good.
Okay. That's thanks to my cameraman, Mr. Dave Riley.
He's doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
So here we go. And we cut this out, and already you can see we have one of the panels has come out. Can you see that, ladies?
Yes, yes, very clear.
We're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to cut across the 3 panels, because I've taken into account with the 1-inch width of the chocolate, that's how much you need to slide that chocolate piece inside. All right.
I have to tell you, I'm super excited watching this, and this is not at all how I thought you made this. So this is very fun for me.
Oh, Amy, I'm so thrilled. You've taught me a lot too, Amy.
Well, now I'm glad, because teaching is also my passion. So we have some kindred spirit going on.
Beautiful, Amy, beautiful. So we have cut through the front portion.
Yes.
But like I told you, I only want to remain with 2 rooms at the bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the rest of the walls carefully from the cone. Because we want to remove everything out so we can fit the boot in there. I'm just removing it. That's a little bit more out, but can you see?
Yes.
There's only 2 rooms at the back left.
Yes, that's perfect.
And I want to just clean this out a little bit so that it's almost like a very flat wall at the back, so that the back of the boot can adhere. And what I'm going to do also is I'm going to remove the base of the cone. So basically, you clean it out very gently. These cones work beautifully. And so this is what we have now.
Perfect.
Is everybody aware? As you can see, only 2 rooms at the back. All the walls have been removed.
Yes,
and
that
what
was
we're going
perfect.
to do now, what we're going to do now is we are going to insert a piece of the chocolate.
Okay.
I've got a little bit of royal icing. For those of you who've never worked with royal icing, I use either meringue. Of course, it's made with meringue powder. Walton has a brand. Satin Ice has a brand. And the recipe is 3 level tablespoons of meringue powder, 1 pound of confectioner's sugar or 4 cups, and 5 to 6 tablespoons of lukewarm water. Put that into a KitchenAid for 7 to 8 minutes, and you should get a stiff consistency of royal icing. So
Mimi said this is so fun to watch. I wholeheartedly agree.
Thank you. I'm using a tipless bag for my glue. And what I'm going to do, Amy and my viewers, I am going to apply some of the glue onto the back wall. It's a stiff consistency.
Okay.
Can you see what I've done
Yes.
there?
Yes, perfectly.
And I already have, this is what the Mars bar looks like as a whole piece.
That looks delicious.
Measured 2 inches and cut it. You can heat the blade of a knife very gently and make a nice sharp cut with a serrated knife. So
Rozanne,
this,
we do have one question. Someone is asking what speed that you use on a KitchenAid mixer for your royal recipe that you just mentioned.
Well, to start off with, I just blend the meringue powder and the icing sugar just to get it mixed up together. And then I would say just at a medium speed for 7 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
All right. So now I've cut my chocolate into a 2-inch piece, and I'm going to fit it inside the ice cream cone.
And Mimi would like to know if you could use mini chocolate bars as well. I'm guessing you mean like Hershey's and maybe stack it, Mimi?
I wouldn't suggest mini chocolate bars. The reason is the scale is too small. The boot will look too small in relation to the part of the leg.
Okay.
All right. So here basically we have our boot on our cone. And what we created was, because we went directly in the middle of the cone, the boot is standing straight.
It's lovely.
Right. So this is the beginning. Now, normally, because we're on an instant camera, I like to let that set up for at least an hour.
Okay.
And the next part of the project we're going to do is to pipe the boot. What I'm using is a number 16 star tip.
Okay, if you could come to the right just a smidge. There you go. Perfect.
It's a number 16 star tip. And it's in a Wilton piping bag. And it's made with red food coloring.
And Jessie Ann would like to know if you can use isomalt as glue.
You could use isomalt as glue if you wanted to. However, I would be afraid that the hot isomalt might distort the cone because the cone is quite fragile.
Okay.
So I would prefer royal icing if possible.
Okay, wonderful suggestion. Nice pro tip there.
And again, this is Chef Master Red. It's called Mars Red. It's lovely, but any red would be fine. So I'm going to go on to the next step, which I've already started. And what we do is we start to pipe our red icing onto the boot. And what I like to do is to start under the rim of the cone.
Okay.
Okay.
And
now,
you did say this was a number 16 piping tip.
This is a number 16 piping tip. And basically what you're doing is you are making little stars all the way around.
All right, come a little closer to us. There you go. You're back in frame again. And that's an open star tip, correct? The 16?
Yes, it's an open star tip.
And are you working in buttercream or royal?
It's all done in royal.
Okay, and is this the same consistency as what you started with for your glue, or is this more of a combined outline flood?
No, the entire project is made with a stiff royal icing.
Okay, there you go, Pamela.
It is allowed to dry overnight.
Okay.
So the stiff royal icing works beautifully because this way you can handle it without any fear of it losing its shape.
Yeah.
And of course you want it to last. You want people to take it home. You want people to talk about it. And children and adults love it as well.
Well, would you recommend using a buttercream for this, or would you prefer the royal for the longevity of the piece?
Definitely the longevity, I would use the royal icing.
Okay.
Definitely. So what we're doing here is we are piping the entire...
Come forward just a little bit more.
Forward. I think I've
right there where you are now. We can see the cone perfectly if you just tip it sideways. There you go.
So one thing I would recommend, if you're making red icing, make a lot of it, because if you run out, it's very hard to establish the same red color again.
Absolutely.
But, you know, Santa's boots could get a little muddy while he's riding on the sleigh. So even if there is a bit of differentiation in the color, that's absolutely fine.
Okay. And we probably could do a little bit of airbrush highlighting, right? Once it's dry.
Oh, absolutely.
Now come forward just a little bit. There, you're in frame now. Perfect.
Okay, so here we go.
Can you talk to me about how the royal icing attaches to that chocolate? Do you ever have any issues with that popping off?
No, absolutely no issue. So long as your royal icing is not too stiff.
Okay.
And if it is too stiff, you would have to add a little bit of water.
Okay.
But you do want the icing to maintain a shape.
Okay.
And so, you know, royal icing is something you have to get to know and feel how to work with, because there are many different brands of confectioner's sugar. Some of the confectioner's sugar have more cornstarch than others. And so you have to, it's almost like you have to feel it and know it. And you will. The more you work with royal icing, you will love it. It is such a beautiful medium. I love royal icing, and it's delicious to eat, and it's just very, very yummy.
It certainly is.
So as you can see, because my boot has dried, I can work with it. I can handle it. There's no problem of the boot falling out. And as you can see, the scale of the boot falls in nicely in conjunction with the scale of the leg part of the boot.
Oh, I just love this. It's so beautiful.
So here we have, this is what I've created for you all. You can see inside our 2 bedrooms.
Yes.
I like to call it the floor plan.
Okay.
So there in the floor plan, you can see a little bit of icing in the back, and you can see the chocolate wedged in there nicely.
Now, ladies that are watching from your telephones, would you please take a second and do your love reaction buttons? Don't do it an excessive amount of times, because we don't want you to get banned, but we do want Rozanne's video to be featured higher. So we need to have a little extra reach. So if you're watching from a telephone, if you could just do a few of the love reaction buttons, we would really appreciate that.
That's so kind of you.
Well, we need to make sure that when we have this much experience and someone with such a generous heart to share their knowledge, that you definitely get the exposure that you need. Now, I do have a question for you, and I think she might have answered this a couple minutes ago, but I just want to make sure. Patricia is asking if the red icing on the chocolate, a darker red. She was just saying to make sure you mix up enough red so that because if you run out, it's hard to get back to the exact same shade. Exactly. So I think she just pulled another boot in there for you guys to look at.
Yes. So I especially did this to show you that if you make a little bit of red and you don't make enough, it's very hard to find the same color. Whereas this one I've made, and of course this one is just lovely. It has
I have
the same color throughout.
Unless you tell me there's a reason not to use them, I'm going to have an appointment with a Snickers bar and some ice cream cones this week. Is there a reason not to use a Snickers bar? I think it's about the same size as a Mars bar, and we have a few of those here.
Well, if you can find the large Snickers bar, that is absolutely fine. I just feel that the mini ones are too small for the scale of the entire boot.
We only roll with the king size bars around here, just saying.
And again, as long as you can measure out 1 inch in width and 2 inches in length, you'll be absolutely fine. This
Wonderful.
This boot here, I brought to show you because this one is made with the coffee crisp.
Oh, I love it. Debbie, are you watching? Debbie Simmels, I saw you log on. Do you see what she's making that out of?
And the coffee crisp is a much harder chocolate. And if you'll notice, I even trimmed the corners of the boot to give it more of a rounded effect. But you can work it easily as well. Sometimes
Rozanne Dawn is saying the creativity on this is off the chart. Seriously, an ice cream cone and a candy bar become a Santa boot. It is quite amazing.
Oh, well.
We have some other big Snickers fans in the group too, so we'll see if we can make that work.
Oh, that will be wonderful. And I hope all of you will be encouraged to make this for your Christmas tables, for your children. Work with them. It's really a beautiful project to have in your portfolio.
Rozanne, do you work with children at all? Is this a project?
I do. I have the most beautiful children who started off with me at 4 years old. I've seen all their little teeth fall out. And
what I was wondering is, would this maybe be a good Christmas project to do as, you know, with small kids, like for grandparents to do? Like, is this something you think they could handle?
Absolutely. My 5-year-olds have made this project.
Okay.
They work well. I'm not looking at, some of them are sucking on the icing bags, but they do finish the project and they come back for more.
Oh, I love it.
Beautiful things. And so, God willing, this will be the beginning of a beautiful journey. But,
and Judy from Judy J Cakes is saying she bet she probably could use Rice Krispie treats too, the individually wrapped ones, and then cut them down, I guess.
You could. Oh. Another thing I've done one time is I have used the jumbo ice cream cones, which are much bigger. But then, of course, you need a much bigger boot because it's very important when you're doing decorating. So what you could use is a jumbo marshmallow.
Oh, yes.
And you can shove that in there and make it work. It is possible. It is possible.
Well, immediately, Rozanne, I was calculating how many Snickers bars I would need to mold together to make the jumbo one, but I could see a marshmallow would be very effective.
Yeah, absolutely. And even the marshmallows you could mold into the front of a shoe. The sky's the limit. I'd love to hear all of your ideas. But
and we definitely, please tag Rozanne. Please join. Follow her on Facebook, follow her on Instagram. And if you make this, please tag her and say you learned it here at Cookie Snack Attack during our special event. We have many, many nights to go. In fact, this is a great time to tell you that one of your fan favorites is Miss Maxine Lauer, and she will be with us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So all of these ladies just bring so much to the table, and we've already learned so much in just 2 nights. Miss Sheila, last night, did you get a chance to watch that? Not yet?
Not yet, but I'm hoping to.
And you know, Deborah is bringing up a great point. She's saying this would make a beautiful baby cake topper.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, I love it.
So now, ladies and viewers, we are working on the cuff of the boot. And we're going to start this around just where we ended off the red. This is made with a tip number 21.
Okay, and that is because it is a more open star tip?
It is a more open star tip, and I just like the cuff of the boot to look a little bit more fluffy.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, and again, just making stars all the way around.
And you did call that the boot cuff, correct? Tip 21 open star for boot cuff.
Yes, yes.
Oh, wonderful.
I like to use a different size stars. I just feel it gives the project a little bit more dimension. Again, we're using a stiff icing.
Would you slowly pipe a few of those stars, because I'm really enjoying your technique?
Sure. So basically, when it comes to royal icing and piping, there's a few things to remember. either you pipe at 90 degrees or you pipe at 45 degrees. What we're doing now is more or less at 90 degrees. But if you're doing it at 45, it would still be fine because this is fur. It's not really anything else. It's fur, and fur goes in all directions. So basically you hold it, your tip, just above the surface of the cone, and you press down. You'll feel it stick, and you lift up.
Okay. So you guys see that, right? She's a little bit above the cone. She's extruding the icing. Then she presses into the icing to make sure it's attached. And that's how you get all those beautiful little ruffles.
That's exactly how you get the beautiful ruffles. And believe me, when you start decorating and making flowers, the star flower is the first flower I teach because I want to see every one of those 5 angles.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So here we go again with the star.
Everyone is saying very pretty.
Oh, thank you so much. As I said, it's a beautiful accompaniment to your Christmas table.
Oh, it's lovely.
And so again, we would do another.
Miss Rozanne, for packaging, just thinking here because of some things that I used to use in my shop all the time. At Christmas, I would always keep 4-inch by 4-inch clear boxes that I could use for cupcakes or chocolates. Do you think this would fit in a 4-inch by 4-inch box?
Yes, I do. I've got a ruler here.
Okay.
The entire length of this, I would say, is it's not quite 4 inches. It's
okay.
Just about 3 inches and a bit.
Okay.
So that would be beautiful.
Well, if they kept their candies low, they could probably package this.
Absolutely. And I like to place it on one of these copper boards.
Oh, I love those.
These are very festive for Christmas. You can buy them on Amazon. They come in 4, 6, 8, 10 inches. This, I believe, is a 4-inch, if I'm not mistaken. And I like to set it off because we are going to put a little bit of bling on here when we're finished.
Oh, we cannot do this without bling. It's perfect.
Of course. Bling and holiday season are like, oh gosh, they just go together.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly.
Oh, this is just so beautiful. Are you enjoying doing this demo, Miss Rozanne? Can I
am loving it. I am loving it.
Wonderful.
I am absolutely loving it, Amy. I am so excited to be here. I met you at CookieCon, and I was so impressed with you, your character, your kindness. I'll never forget your kindness to me, Amy.
Aw.
And so I'm here to help you in any which way I can, because sugar artistry is my passion and I love it. I disappear from my husband, from my family, and really get things done. So here you are, ladies.
Now, we did have another question. The little boards that you were showing, do those come in other colors?
Well, if you turn this over, it's black.
Oh, mine are gold, and one side's gold and one side's silver. I've never seen the black. That's very pretty with your Santa bit there.
You could use this something for Halloween even.
Does it have a name if they want to search for this on Amazon? Does it have a particular name, that board? I think it's a 3-inch circle, isn't it?
Amy, all I put in the search bar was gold cake boards.
Okay.
And they came up and all the different sizes. That's exactly what I put on.
Would you measure that one really quickly since you have your ruler? I think it's a 3 or 3.5.
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
And then you'll look for the one that has the description for the little part that sticks out to lift it. But they are for pastries.
4 inches, Amy.
4 inches. Okay.
4 inches in diameter.
Okay, so you'll need a slightly larger box than the 4x4, guys, if anybody was getting into looking at that already. And by the way, Miss Rozanne, my friend Allison that lives just down the road here in Virginia just told me that there's a Publix and Massaponics which is in Virginia. So I'm guessing we're going to road trip at some point.
Amazing, amazing. So now, as you can see on this one over here, there's a little bit of ivy.
Oh, the holly.
The holly leaf, yes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
With some berries and a little bit of bling on there, as you can see.
Oh, the sparkly dragees. I love that.
Right, and the dragees are by Sweet Chalet, and they have the most beautiful dragees in all shapes, all sizes. I use them on my wedding cake cookies all the time, and they are really stunning. They look like real jewels. So
they're just beautiful.
Right, so this is what we have to do as well. And the way I apply my little berries is with a tweezer.
Mm.
So I suggest you ladies don't throw away your old tweezers. They come in wonderful use at this stage. And I use a green fondant that I have here. I rub it down with a little bit of Crisco just to make it more flexible. I roll it out with a rolling pin, and I cut it out with a Wilton.
A fondant plunger?
Plunger cutter.
And love it. Camille loves the bling as well.
I leave them overnight to dry. Okay. Sometimes I will place them over a rolling pin just to get more of a shape.
Yes.
Because I like leaves to look quite realistic.
Yes.
And so I'm now ready to actually place my leaves.
And what brand of fondant is that, please?
This is a Wilton fondant.
Okay, wonderful.
I've used satin ice in the past, and they're all wonderful. They are all
in Florida. How do you feel about the satin ice tropical? The one that's made for humidity.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Okay.
Very good. So here we have the leaf, which I'm going to put onto the boot. Obviously, you would like to see the leaf a little bit in the front of the boot.
Come a little bit into the center of the camera if you can. Right there would be great.
Is that good?
Yes, that's good right there.
So I'm going to, even though the white icing is quite nice and stiff, I'm going to add a little bit more that I've made in a little piping bag. And I'm going to add one leaf over there and another leaf. Add a little bit of white piping royal icing, I'm sorry. And this leaf will go on like so. And then I've got some little, I like to always put 3 berries together. So 3 little white dots. And we're going to apply the berries, which is made with a red icing.
Okay.
A red fondant, sorry. And you could even make this with isomalt. Simi's isomalt. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. And we put the little cherry into the icing. We do it in a triangle formation.
I love that.
We want it to look really real. And then what we're going to do, remember I told you about the bling?
Yes, we need the bling. Bring the bling.
Bring on the bling. So here we've got some bling. As I said, this is from Sweet Chalet. They are the gold little
mini dragees.
Mini dragees.
Oh, so pretty.
And we put them in between the cherries if need be.
Now, if there are a bunch of regular Cookie Snack Attack folks on here, you also have a beautiful fondant mold, whether you remember or not. Last Christmas and the Christmas before, both of your Christmas class kits had fondant molds in them.
Can you repeat that, Amy, please?
If they're regular cookie snack attackers and they do my classes on the regular, then not this year, but the last 2 years, their Christmas class kits had fondant molds for holly leaves.
Oh, nice. Oh, beautiful.
Now, you are singing all of my heartstrings right here because I love to put sprinkles and candy embellishments on pieces that I make. It's kind of a trademark thing for me. I just absolutely adore it and the look of it and how speedy it is. That's gorgeous. Pull it in just a little bit there. You're perfect. Pull it. Yep, right there. You're in frame perfect. Come. Yep, right there. So beautiful. And it's right, it adds such a nice, beautiful sparkle. It makes it look so elegant. And
right. And it is not too much because you can also overdo it. It's a small boot. You don't want to, as they say, you don't want to overdo it, basically. And then remember earlier, I spoke to you about the marshmallows.
Yes.
Well, I like to build up a little bit of lift.
Yes, for the candy, so it sits higher.
Yeah, so I just place some in there, and it's always a nice surprise for somebody to find some lovely marshmallows inside.
Rozanne, let me ask your opinion on something, just because a lot of our ladies and several of my friends make those hot cocoa bombs at Christmas time.
Right.
Do you think do you make those, first of all?
I have seen them.
Okay.
I've not personally made too many of them, but I am aware of them.
You think that might be an interesting thing to hold and then put the hot cocoa bomb as your top piece?
Well, I think you could definitely maybe put it into a jumbo cone.
Oh, yes, a jumbo cone.
It would fit into a jumbo cone.
So many of our ladies are going to holiday markets in schools and at craft fairs over the next month. So just anything that will set them apart from the competition. That is just so lovely.
And so again, this is something I found at Walmart. Instead of using the regular candy cane, the candy cane spoon that you can put into your boot.
Look at that.
There are lovely candy canes that come in all different colors.
Lovely. And they're saying your creativity is so awesome. Thank you for an amazing demo. So pretty. Another Miss Tony is saying gorgeous. Sabra says she loves it. Tony said make a small chocolate bomb like a bauble. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yes, that would be amazing. And so here you have it, filled with beautiful chocolates, and you would place it on a lovely gold.
I love it. I love it. Oh, and I was going to mention, I was thinking about something else because I just recently had to bring a lot of packaging to the old house, new cookie studio area. Do you guys remember those bags that we used that had a 4-inch by 4-inch bottom in them with that beautiful gold covered material like what she has there? And then the clear bag came up about 6 or 7 inches. We used them for those for doing like the stand-up door cookies and things. That would work great for packaging for this. And then they would see the full beauty of this piece. I mean, it's just amazing. Your creativity on this one is absolutely out of the ballpark.
Oh, thank you, Amy. It's been an absolute pleasure demonstrating this and showing you all. And
read you your comments because your fans are in love. That says, this is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. This is so awesome and unique. So cute. Great project. Very creative. Allison says this would be awesome to make for a family dinner at each place setting. I think so too. So cute. Fun demo. Love it. So fun. Some people you've already become an enabler. They're going shopping. Very darling, super cute. Love it. Gorgeous piece. Thank you for sharing. That is just not at all how I thought you made it. And I'm in awe. I absolutely adore it.
Well, it's my pleasure to be sharing with you. And as I said, I also like it as a place setting on your Christmas table.
I think it is absolutely stunning, and it's so cute. You've given them a ton of ideas. So guys, seriously, please make this. Tag us. Make sure you tag Cookie Snack Attack and tag Rozanne. Let's share it. Rozanne, the other thing I'm going to be doing, just so you know, in the CookieCon attendees group, should you happen to see your name, I was given permission to post the weekly event schedule in there each week because we have 3 weeks of tutorials. That's how many artists wanted to participate and help everyone this year. So when the end of the week is over, I'll go back to that post that had the schedule, and I'll be putting links to your videos on my YouTube channel. So just know that you're on tonight, which is Wednesday, but on Sunday, this weekend on Sunday, I'll be going back to that particular group post and putting links to the videos. So make sure you give it a full week to look for comments, okay?
Okay.
All right, and guys, please, thank you so much to Sheila Morales for last night. She did a fabulous job using Canva and showing us how to make royal icing transfer templates, like super easy. You made it just seem like a breeze. Rozanne, thank you for tonight, because this has been absolutely stunning. And I think Mimi just mentioned something too here, if you can see it. It'd be such a cute teacher gift with pens and pencils and a gift card in it. You absolutely, it would be, they would love this, and they would have it on their desk all through the holiday season.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Shelly sent a link about tweezers, a set of 6 tweezers sold at Harbor Freight, straight and angled. So those must have a really good price. Jenny says thank you. Rochelle says thank you. Phyllis says everybody just loves this. And make sure you tune in again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Thursday, November 30th. Maxine Lauer, who is in the feed right now, she's watching with us, but she will be on tomorrow night, and I'm super excited about what she's going to be doing too. You guys are going to love it. Miss Pamela says thank you as well. Nicole has starry eyes here. I think everyone's going shopping. I'm pretty sure it's coming. Like, I feel like they've already started putting different ice cream cones and candy bars into their Instacart. Like, I feel like you might have just sent us down another rabbit hole here. And everyone is saying thank you for sharing. This was so much fun. And I have to say, for not having done this particular type of demo before, you just rocked it. You did absolutely fabulous tonight. And Nadine, my friend Nadine from Canada, is here. She says thank you from Canada. I mean, you're being a real international cookie and sugar ambassador tonight. It's very lovely.
Amy.
Now, Jessie Ann, please look at the feed. I'm typing in a word, and I need you to get her to say this one more time before we end our tutorial tonight. A good and tasty rabbit hole, they said. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Can you get her to say this word in her accent? Can you see it?
Fragile?
Yes, I love it. In class, when I had the pleasure of having her as a student at CookieCon, there were certain things when she would ask questions, I actually made notes. I couldn't find the notes for tonight. But I made notes of certain words that you said. If you caught me scribbling during class, when there were certain things that you would say that I thought, oh, I have to write this down in case she ever does a demo for us. I have to get her to say these things because they're just so much fun when you say them. I love it.
Let me hear you say fragile. Fragile.
See? Totally different. I just love the elegance of how you say it. But Rozanne, you can't go by me because my mother absolutely was on me for grammar and correct speech as a kid, because I spent a lot of time in the country part, the southern part of Virginia where I have family. And she said it would take her a week to get the accent out of me. Once I got home, I would go there with my grandfather quite often. So I can, when I really focus, speak Northern Virginia English. But most of the time when I'm in my group and in my area and I'm very comfortable, the things that I say are very country. I spend a lot of time with my grandfather. So you cannot go by the things that I say. And many times you'll have to ask me what something actually means because it's not what you think it means. Now they're saying, as I did as well, please do more demos for us. We're counting on you to come back for the spring event, okay?
Okay.
We definitely want you. And I've asked her for something specific because she is a certified Wilton instructor. However, I will say, if you come up with something else and you want to do that plus an additional demo, something like this nature, maybe with an Easter theme, if you have something else like this that I think they would just adore, and you can have 2 spots. Okay?
Thank you, Amy.
Oh, I just loved it. Oh, and so Tony is Australian, and she says it fragile. Isn't that how you say it, fragile?
Fragile.
I say fragile.
Fragile. Okay, fragile. She says it the same as you do as well.
Oh.
So I think that we're in great shape for tonight, and you did an awesome job of staying within our tutorial window. I really appreciate that. There's some nights my husband is home and he's helpful with my mom, and there's other nights that he'll get in a little later or he's not here, so we have to really watch the time this time. But I just appreciate you guys so much respecting the time frame on these demos as well, because it keeps people coming back.
Yeah, no, for sure.
In India, it's pronounced the same way as Rozanne says it too. That's really nice. All right. Well, please stay with me for just a moment. I want to talk with you for a second, but we are going to go ahead and end the video. You guys, when you see this later, if you're watching the replay, please share the live stream. Please hit that love reaction button, but not too many times. We don't want you to get banned from Facebook. And we will be seeing all of you soon. All right. And thank you again so much. We really appreciate you.